So it started crumbling. It was gonna tear apart. It was just I was sitting up there cussing and fussing and thinking. And I ran it through that shit in the freezer in the RV. Got third place. Slice light butter after that too. I put it in there for about 5 minutes. Had to
Wow.
and had to run for turn ins. So never give up. Just never give up. Somebody
Yeah.
told me that
Yeah.
would never give up on the box, and they had me think.
Definitely. That was a good. That's what barbecue is.
They gon' have barbecue. They gon' have barbecue. They gon' have barbecue. They gon' have barbecue. Get your barbecue on. Get your barbecue.
Ever notice how the sound of sizzling meat and the smell of smoke can silence the noise of the world? Now that's barbecue therapy. If the fire moves you, like, subscribe, share, and help spread the message because growth, like good barbecue, takes time and patience. Welcome to your therapy session. Welcome to the BBQ Therapy Podcast. I'm your host, Tavis Bryant, and today I'm honored to sit down with a true innovator in the world of barbecue. My guest is Steph Franklin, better known as the man behind Simply Marvelous Barbecue. Steph's journey is one of transformation from cooking during his graduate studies to winning more than 25 GCs and RGCs to building a rub line loved around the world to catering unforgettable events. He's been inducted into the California Barbecue Association Hall of Fame, partner with Snake River Farms on exclusive rubs, and continue to shape the flavor game in both competition and in people's backyard. Steph, welcome to the show. I got one rule: make yourself at home. I had no sponsors, so speak freely.
Oh yeah, Steph does speak, but I appreciate you having.
All right, no problem. All right, let's take it back to the beginning before Simply Marvelous, before the championships and the rubs. Who is Steph Franklin and what shaped your love for food and fire growing up?
To be honest, I learned to cook because my mom couldn't cook. So if I want something that was going to be edible, I needed to learn how to cook it myself. So that started me cooking, to be honest, and it kind of developed into the niche of barbecue. I started reading a lot of books,
Mm.
old school books, Mike Mills and John Willingham, and I can go on forever with the books I read. And so I started barbecuing. Then friends asked me to start barbecuing for their parties. The Steph started
Mhm.
charging them. It kind of grew into that from a catering perspective. Spice wise, I just think I got a pretty good palate, and it really started with me trying to recreate a Jamaican spice that I got when I went to Jamaica back in '91, and I was in love with the flavors out there, and so I that's how my first spice, sweet and spicy, was developed. So,
Oh, wow, that was a long time ago too.
yeah, but it took me to when I say it went to market in '08. So I
Oh,
got kind of
okay, okay,
barbecue in the early 2000s, kind of skyrocketed at that time.
okay. And back then, when who were you grilling on? Was it a kettle or Smoky
Oh,
Mountain
I
or what?
had a cheap bullet. I had one of them Home Depot smokers with a little side box. I had one of those. I had an ugly drum. I had a Bubba Keg. I had, oh man, I'm a smoker whore. So I just got that I unboxed. Humphreys, and hottest thing out now is the Humphreys hot box. So if I had to describe it, it's definitely drum style cooking, but it also
Mhm.
looks like a hasty bake.
Oh.
So it's pretty neat. I did a little burn in last night, burn out rather, and threw some chicken sausages on it just for the inaugural cook. But I think I'm gonna get in depth with it this weekend. But yeah, I got a lot of smokers, had a lot of smokers. None of those smokers I mentioned earlier are still with me,
Mm.
but I graduated significantly.
And who introduced you to competition barbecue?
I don't know if Neil Straughter, Big Mister, you ever heard of him?
Nah, name
He
sound
had a
familiar.
restaurant in LA, and He was in the competition, and we used to be on this website. I met him on the website BBQ Brethren. So, story goes, him and another friend, I had a tragedy in my family, and they came to check on me because my cousin was killed in Chicago, and this was like in '07. So they told me to come out to this barbecue competition with them, and that was like my real first exposure. At the end of the contest, and I wasn't cooking, so I partied the whole weekend. And I need it was going to be another barbecue contest either in the following week or 2 weeks later, probably 2 weeks later, so I can get my crap together. But anyway, make a long story short, Neil asked me, he's, "You drinking or competing?" And I looked at him and he challenged me. I said, "I'm competing." So that was my first contest, and I got first place in pork, and I've been hooked ever since.
Oh wow, wow! That's without even any classes or
Nah,
anything like
they
that.
had classes back then, man. That was a long time ago. They didn't have a lot of classes back then. It's totally different.
Oh yeah, definitely. So did he give you a rundown, like a presentation and all that, or you just went?
It was the IBCA competition, so presentation is not as valuable as ACBS. But anyway, and everybody's just doing pulled pork. Then you just put pork in the box. People wasn't doing money.
Oh,
Yeah, really. That didn't start till a couple of years later, probably. If they were, they weren't doing it out here. And so that I threw some pulled pork in the box with that Jamaican inspired rub. And then I added a little extra dash of allspice in it, and it was first place pork. You
oh
if you
wow.
try, because it's just too polarizing, the allspice and everything. I think anyway.
Okay. And how long did it take you to get a groove and feel that you can compete with some of the best out there?
So in 2011, I got my first RGC. I lost by a point to Sylvie, who got GC at the contest in Vista, little steam engine. And it was a double header. And the first day, I think I was top 10. I think it was my second or third top 10 call. And then the next day, I mean, we were just going back to back. It was either me or Sylvia in first place, second place, whatever. And she beat me by about a point. And I told her, "I'm glad it was you, not me," because she had been at it longer than me to get her first. But then I knew I can cook with everybody. That kind of reassured me. And of course, there was some struggles before I got my first GC. My first GC happened a year later in 2012, and I would do good in 3 categories and screw up one category real bad. And so I'd just be in ninth place, seventh place, or something like that. And then Santa Anita, it was at Santa Anita, 2012. I just had this. Before I get to that, I had a good cook at Dana Point, screwed up ribs. I cooked some baby backs. Need back since. And if I had to cook St. Louis spare ribs that day, I think I would have won that one. And then the next contest was Santa Anita. I got rid of the baby backs. I got first in chicken, third in ribs, first in pork, and third in brisket. And at the time, the highest score in California was a 691 or something. So I was the first one in California ever to get to 690s. So that was pretty cool, special. And now you got people 718.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You got a contest where 15 people have over
Yeah.
700.
I had to know that one. Yeah, but it's
I read that. I was like, wow.
if they gave me a 718, I'd take it too.
Yeah, no complaining.
Yeah.
I mean, they might well just gave him 4.
I know.
I
He
don't
got
know.
three. Brett got 318. He got 7th place chicken. And I was like, "Hey man, you need to get your chicken together." Little joke between Facebook.
That's wild. All right, so California has its own flavor and vibe. How do you see it compared to Texas, Kansas City, Carolinas, other places?
Competition wise or just in general?
You can do both.
Competition wise, I don't think it's too much different. Wins in California, wins in Kansas City, Texas. I don't think it really matters too much. I think where it comes in is commercial barbecue, meaning restaurants and
Mhm.
stuff like that, and pop-ups or caterers like myself. And I always say I'm a eclectic barbecuer, meaning I take a little bit from every region and combine them together to get the profile I'm looking for. Also, I ask the customer if they want Texas style, competition style, etc. But I think California is just, we're a grilling state more so than the smoking state. I really believe that because of tri-tip. So a lot of
Mm.
do Santa Maria style out here, which is probably one of my favorite ways to cook. And I like to burn logs sometimes in my stick burner. So I actually think that cooks better tri-tip than the Santa Maria, quiet as kept.
Yeah, okay, that's good. You travel the U.S., Mexico, Caribbean. Was there a dish or a technique on those trips that completely shifted the way you thought about barbecue, other than that spice?
No, I think it was more just the spice I was looking for. Because I'm going to tell you a secret. I don't eat a lot of barbecue anymore. Um, every now and then I'll get that urge to practice, and then, or if my friends or family want some barbecue. But my wife and I, we don't mess around too much. I grill more so than I smoke meats now.
Yeah, for a lot of people that grill, that's how I used to do. Just make it just to play around and then give it
Yeah,
away. And
yeah.
just like,
And meat too give it away.
after a while, I was like,
I was thinking today, I was like, I got 7 briskets, Snake River Farm freezer, and I'm like, I need to do a practice cook, but man, I don't feel like pulling one of them out. I don't know, because they high. Beef is high across the board, so it's not anything to do with Snake River Farm. It's just feed is high, gas is high,
Mhm.
beef is high. That's how it goes.
Yeah. Okay. How much is gas? I'm in Georgia, by the way, but how much is gas out
I
there?
drive diesel, so 479.
Oh wow.
Wait,
ours, well, ours is for premium is probably like 318 or something like that. So
uh,
these are probably like $3.
no,
So
not out here. We got tax on tax, but I'm not getting involved in that. But I love living. I'll
exactly.
pay it.
All right. So I heard a story about, I guess you saved a brisket by sticking it in the freezer of RV.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. That was like my third GC. We was at this comp called, we used to affectionately call it the dump, because it was literally like an old dump yard or something. I don't know. They had cougars and snakes sightings that weekend. But anyway, I was a little hot cooking wise, and I had a great cook up into brisket, and I knew it. I was like, man, and my brisket was too hot, so it started crumbling. It was gonna tear apart. It was just, I was sitting up there cussing and fussing and thinking. And I ran it through that shit in the freezer in the RV. Got third place. Slight butter after that too. I put it in there for about 5 minutes. Had to
Wow.
and had to run for turn ins. So never give up. Just never give up. Somebody
Yeah.
told me that I
Yeah.
would never give up on the box, and they had me think.
Definitely. That was a good. That's what barbecue is, as far as, I mean, anything when it goes smooth, anybody could do that, but it's how you react when different stuff happens out of the ordinary. Do you panic or do you know what to do? And that's stuff they don't teach you at barbecue classes. They just teach you the regular.
I taught that in my barbecue class. I told them, I said, man, if you overcook that brisket, throw that in the freezer or in the refrigerator or something. The last minute, do what you got to do. I ran. I was running behind, and one of my barbecue friends at the time, Aaron, still a friend. I just haven't seen him in years. Aaron Black, he played fullback for me while I was turning my box in, because it was a crowd. So he helped me, and he was competing, but he had turned.
Oh wow.
He ran back because he knew I was trying to turn mine in, and it was a crowd. He just played fullback for me while we were running to turn. Got seconds left.
Sometimes you gotta do
Yeah,
that. All right. And when you have a bad cook, how do you personally process and bounce back from it?
I just get back on the horse a lot of times. A lot of times I'll take some stuff away. Maybe I'm doing too much. Sometimes I'll take a break because I cooked over 200 contests. I'm hard headed. I can be hard headed because I'm at the point I don't even take notes because it's just like I got muscle memory out the ass. And I thought about going back to notes sometimes, and I do. Sometimes I'll write down actually what I put in the sauce and then make some tweaks. I don't keep a lot of data logs, and I throw away my score sheets after I process what's going on. And you got to process 2 days later at the comp because I don't want to hear shit day of. Although I am getting better, I find myself sitting there like letting it go real fast now. That comes with this. But yeah, you practice.
Okay. And I heard you say, I guess that on another podcast, you say you don't add things when stuff go wrong. You take things away. When you're struggling, go back to basics and focus on tenderness. Can you break that down so everybody can understand what you're talking about?
Yeah, so you know how we get all carried away with this new spice and that new spice. You try all these combinations and they hit. Then all of a sudden they don't hit. So I'll just start taking a spice away. Instead of combining 3 sauces, I'll take one, combine 2 sauces, maybe even just use one. That's pretty much what I'll do. I'll think about and just maybe putting less meat in the box and focusing on what I'm doing. Sometimes
Yeah.
we call them FU boxes where we just fill a whole box up. So I won't do it when I'm struggling, only when I'm feeling myself. And just what you're trying to do is get back to your baseline and then build back up. So that's just go back to basics. I'm not saying go to salt and pepper because that's not going to help my cause. But instead of using pecan, spicy apple, and sweet seduction, pull out the sweet seduction or pull out the pecan and see if they like that. Maybe it's
Yeah.
too much sugar or something going on. It could be
Yeah,
juice.
that's
Yeah.
true. Because it comes down to tenderness, if you ask me. Because a lot of people do the same thing, but it just goes down to, do you know what it is to be when it gets tender or not? And everybody just don't. They don't have that feeling to know when it's
Hmm.
tender, and you can take and stuff like that.
And 1 year
So
tenderness can change the next year. They might want more bite 1 year. Then the next year they want it soft, like the judges don't have no teeth or something. So yeah, sometimes I do pay attention to the judges going to the tent. If they real old, I'm cooking real tender. 'Cause
because I judged for GBA, and I judged a contest like a few weeks ago, and probably 3/4 of the judges were probably like 70 and
yeah,
over.
that's when you cook tender.
And I think the oldest was like
Yeah,
88.
we got a couple out here. I see them without their teeth sometimes. I'm like, yeah, yeah.
All right. And you said also you don't cook to win, you cook for consistency, shooting for the top 10 every time. Why is that mindset so powerful in barbecue?
Because consistency wins. So I just want to be consistent. And if I'm consistently hitting top 10, the GC will take care of itself or the RGC or whatever. Just be consistent from cook to cook. If you
Yeah.
improve that consistency, that's even better. But just being consistent cook to cook.
Yeah. And like when you made that comment about Kingman, your home run or striking out instead of Tony Gwynn
Getting basic.
hit for average.
Yeah. Yeah. I just try to get a call in every category. That's my goal. You get 10th
Right.
place chicken. Hell, you could have a 176 and be 10th place. So I just try to get a call. And the other 3 meats is lower scoring usually, but just get a call. Just get calls. That's all. My goal is to get a call.
Exactly. And then
I don't shoot for
you get
first.
even call.
Yeah, I don't shoot.
Exactly.
Yeah, first happens, right on. But trying to get a call.
Tony Gwynn hit a home run every now and
Yeah,
then.
exactly.
All right. And where did the name Simply Marvelous come from? How did you come up with that?
My business is based out of Santa Barbara County, and it's a
Mhm.
lot of vegetarians in Santa Barbara. So I wasn't gonna put no pig, moo, and oink, and none of that in my catering name. And I don't know where I got some. Billy Crystal coined that, right? But that is not where I went with that. I just wanted everyone to know that they were getting superior food from Simply Marvelous Barbecue.
Okay. And the concept of the genie, does it represent anything? I know you said you couldn't use an animal, but did the genie mean
Well, the
anything
genie came in
specific?
because I couldn't use no animals. I didn't feel comfortable using animals in our fraternity. So I guy named, I think his name Patrick Carlson or something. He does the little cartoon designs and stuff. I think
Mhm.
he came up with that concept. Or anyway, I came up with it. He came, it's so long ago, talking 2006. And it stuck. And then people started calling me the genie because I had no teeth like the genie does and everything else. They was like, that actually looked like Steph. That's how I got my barbecue nickname is the genie because of the rubs.
Okay, okay, that's cool. And when you go sit down to start a process of making a rub, do you have a plan or do you just mix it? Do you come up with something or how did that go?
So what if I come when I'm working for myself, making my own product, I use
Mhm.
Tiffany and just sitting around and sometimes it happens in the shower. I'll be like, ooh, that'd be interesting. So I'll order the like pecan meal, a cherry meal, or something like that, and then put some traditional sugars and salt with it, and play around. Get a sample, send it out to my co-packer, and they replicate it. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's not as good. Just depends, because they're not going to use the same spices I am. So we just work together and get the final product. They final product 95% of the time gonna be better than mine because they have the actual mechanisms to create the granules that are unique in size, so they come out the shaker well and things of that nature, and to actually process the ingredients together. Where I'm just mixing, so it's a whole different process for them than it is me.
Oh wow. Oh wow. And that's a big thing because a lot of people just put seasonings together and you get to using it, it doesn't come out the shaker and you have to beat it on the
Hmm.
side and everything
Yeah,
else.
it's science.
Which
It really is. So you really, it's a process. Peppered cow was one of the rubs that I'm real proud of. We Sylvia and I used to kill it using pepper cow because I would only give some to her. And that time we GC'd and the RGC respectively, I decided to bring it out because it was just killing brisket. She and I was every time we cooked, we was in top 5 in brisket, and I was like, okay, I got to make some money off of this now, and so I brought. Yeah, it's a arduous process in terms of developing rubs right. Anybody could put something in the
Mhm,
bottle and put their label on it, but to do it right. Look at Sweet Seduction. Sweet Seduction is probably one of the most unique rubs there is.
mhm,
Nobody can replicate it. Many have tried, and that's because their co-packer don't have the same equipment as my co-packer, yeah, or the same. Not so much equipment. They don't have the same person I'm working with, the food scientist. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a
that's how long did it
process.
take?
Go ahead.
How long did it usually take as far as time frame when you start to
Man, I've hit 25% of my rubs. I've hit the first time out. Like
oh wow.
the other 75 give me fits, gave me nightmares. And perfect example is like cherry. My cherry
Mhm,
rub took a while because it's not throwing shade on anybody else's cherry rub, but a lot of them taste very medicinal because they trying to put the cherry in the forefront, and cherry
mhm.
powder, for instance, it leaves a medicinal taste. But I'm using cherry meal basically, which is a whole different thing. So mine doesn't taste. It's more expensive to make than cherry powder, but the results have been amazing with that rub. That's actually the rub that put
Okay.
me on the market. That made sure I was going to be here to stay as a rub producer.
And you said which one was your first one?
Sweet and
Yeah.
spicy.
Okay. Okay. And back in 2012, you partnered with Big Papa Smokers for Arm. What was it like back then? Because that was unheard of back in the day like that.
We
So
were the first
y'all was
ones to
kind
ever
of
do something. We were,
innovative.
yeah. It was. Look, I'm not a marketing genius. He is. I was a educational administrator at the time. I had no time, and running a catering service, I had no time to do rub sales and none of that other stuff. And I was like, I'm just gonna give it to you. You could have it exclusively, and that helped drive his sales. It helped me. So it was a mutual partner. And during COVID, things just got not weird between us, but weird in the market per se. And I needed to separate out. And but we still great friends. I talked to him today.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him to come on because I would love to talk to him too because he's an innovative person
Yeah,
also, and he does other
yeah.
things. So out of the ones that you created, how many? First off, how many have you created total? Yours and other
Oh,
companies. How many different ones have you created that you?
I think I'm out at 30, something like that. I should have looked it up before I got on the show, but yeah, out of 30. Because with 12 to 14 of them being mine, and then half of them are mine, and half of them I make for other companies.
Okay, and you did one for Snake River Farm,
Yeah.
and what other companies have
Yeah, I do
you
5
created?
for Snake River Farms. I do know that. I think 5. West Coast Barbecue Shop. They got some great rubs. I just finished up a maple rub and a steak rub for them, and they are outstanding. Sharp Gourmet Woods, KRB, Rustic Blends. They are a new company, and somebody else I'm forgetting.
So they give you a meat, or they give you a certain idea, and you just go with it, or they just say come up with what you want.
Yeah, they tell me what they want, what they're looking for, and then we go back. It might take 8 samples before we get it right. So I get a recipe going with my co-packer. Co-packer sends out samples to both my customer and me, and both taste it. Ultimately, the customer is the person who makes the final decision, but I have some influence.
Okay, you're a bad man, almost 30, but
Yeah, yeah, I should have counted
I
them
hate to
up,
break.
but yeah, it's somewhere around there.
Yeah, and I was like, not to bring race into it. When I saw you were black, I was like, back in I was like, yeah, this nigga a bad
Yeah, and I stay low key too. I
man.
stay out of the fray. Yeah,
Exactly. Which one do you think is your most underrated seasoning that people sleep on?
from my brand, that's a good question. Seasonal, my seasonal. It's an all-purpose spice, basically. The people that know about it rave about it. It's like Lowry's on crack, basically.
I've had to check because when I went to your actual website, I was like, there were so many that I haven't seen. I've seen, but I haven't seen the whole variety and then the glaze and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know you had
Mm-hmm.
all this. And I definitely have to get the rest of them and try those. Out of all your blends, which one do you use the most?
There's no such thing. I vacillate between several of them. And it also depends on what I'm cooking. But in competition, if you wanted to talk, probably use spicy apple the most right now. Right now, that could change up down the line. Sweet seduction, I'm using that a lot on chicken, and had some success with chicken this year with that. Went back to it after years. Wow, that's a real good question, though. Yeah, it just depends. I use seasonal a lot, obviously, because it's just I don't eat a lot of sugar stuff.
Mhm.
I'm trying to be svelte as I go into my 60s. Yeah, so I like savory stuff, so that's why we'll use pepper cow on everything. For a while, I would tell you pepper cow because I used to put that on chicken at home, pork chops. It didn't
Mhm.
matter. Then you're like, okay, I got to move on to try to do something else. There's up in the house, and then I use some of the other
Yeah.
stuff too. I get on a binge with some of the other companies.
My favorite is the Trinity. The peach and
Yeah, that's good.
the mix. I was like,
I love that.
My wife loved the apple.
I think I got my first perfect score in chicken the first time I used Trinity.
Oh wow!
It blew up.
To me, that's the perfect mix for me.
Yeah. Yeah, but just have
But
Avery, man, to be honest. The fruit I usually, if I'm practicing or cooking for others, I'll use.
okay. And if someone listening wanted to try to create their own seasoning, what's the first step you would tell them to take?
Call me. Yeah, call me. No, actually, I probably would tell them that because it's. But if they didn't want to go through me and they just wanted some advice, is don't rush the process. Let it happen organically. I've seen a lot of people come into the game of rub business and a lot of people exit fast.
Oh,
They
yeah,
rushed it. And here's the other thing, man. Don't try to come into the game stealing someone else's product and trying to replicate it. I think the key to, because a lot of people do that. And I'm not putting judgment on nobody, but I'm just saying, if I was to give you advice, come up with your own unique blend or pay somebody who knows how to do it.
yeah, it's definitely
You
true. I had an idea.
tell them what you're looking for, but you can always have something in your head, but you don't know how to get it out. You know what I mean?
Definitely good. That's good information. All right, and you don't also compete. You vend and cater
No
also.
vending.
What
No,
you don't
that one.
vend? You just cater.
Yeah, about catering.
Okay.
I'm trying to retire, man.
And back in the day when you started catering, did you get any mentoring or did you just trial and error as you did it?
And now it
How did
was
it go?
trial and error. I'm gonna be, yeah. I had a couple of hiccups when I first started, but when I cater, I'm not a detailed person, but when I cook, I'm detailed. Cooking and fishing, I can be detailed as hell. And my wife is like, how can you be detailed with that and you can't be detailed with doing the laundry and all this other stuff? Because I'm competing.
Exactly. You're doing something you want
Yeah.
to do. Have you always competed by yourself or did you have anybody that
I've
compete
had
with you or no?
people come and help me. I rather use that term. Nobody,
Mhm.
I do the cooking. If you want to come and assist and all that other stuff and help prep and all that, but they're going to be my recipes. I'm a control freak and I know it. When it comes to that, I'm a control freak. Yeah.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. As long as you tell them up front, they know it.
Yeah. I like cooking by myself. As I age, of course, it's getting more difficult. So all the young competitors, they always help me load my trailer with the smokers now because I blew out my knee a couple of times. But it's nice to help me still when I need it.
All right. Have you ever taught any
Oh
classes or
yeah,
anything?
plenty of classes over the years. Competition, regular backyard style, holiday classes where I get go into the vault and get my aunties and mac and cheese and dressing, get out to class. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And I guess you've been a competitor and you cater, rub maker, consultant. What role do you see learning next, or you just gonna ease into the sunset? Anything else you haven't done that you wanted to do?
Yeah, I'm sure there is. I don't know off the top of my head right now, but first of all, I want to keep doing what I'm doing, growing that, making rails for other companies. That's primarily my business now, and I
Hmm.
want to grow that, and I want to focus on that, and then I'll think about some other things along the way that I can venture out to. But I'm not at a place where I need to, where I can't give that 100% right now.
Okay. And how did it feel to get inducted in the California Barbecue Association Hall
I
of Fame?
cried.
Yeah, I know
I
that's
cried,
right.
baby. Because it used to be some rough years. It used to be very cliquish. I was the first brother to get in there, or so. But and it had been some people that was qualified before me, and they got in after me when I was president of the California Barbecue Association, and I just kept pushing them to get in, and Me and Sylvie kept pushing people to get in. She got in as well after me. So just takes one to get in, and then all of a sudden things start happening. So it's very diverse now. I think I don't know. I just thought they were very it was cliquish back in the day, but that's just my own personal opinion. I could be wrong, whatever. I don't hold nothing against anybody about that.
Yeah, my thing is with barbecue. Period is just the record keeping. Because if I wanted to know John Elway stats from his rookie year, or if I wanted to know anybody's stats, I could go look it up. But if I wanted to look at somebody's stats from 2000, I have
There ain't
nowhere to
nowhere to look.
look. Or
Yeah.
yeah, and I was told that KCBS have records, but they won't give
They
them.
probably on microfiche.
And I like barbecue data only goes back a
To
certain
2009 or something.
yeah, and we don't know the history. There's so many people back then.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just until recent, like when I got really into barbecue around 2000, I only knew what I seen online or on TV. I didn't know who Darren Worth
Mm-hmm.
was, and they just popped up out the blue once I really got into it. Now they talking about the go to barbecue, and I'm looking like I'd never heard of him. And then when you look on his stats, you really can't see what he actually done because it's partially
Yeah.
there, and some of the other folks back then that you don't even know
Yeah.
about. So yeah, that's what bothers me because you can't really research and see what people actually did and how good they really
Yeah.
were.
Like
Because
Donnie Teal had a 715 back in the day, back in the early 2000s, I think it was. I don't even think nobody even realized he had. I think he was a threat this past weekend. And the old Trig, he'd been cooking for years.
Myron and all that stuff, it's like the man cooked over 800. He cooked over 800
Yeah.
contests. And like it's just crazy,
Yeah.
and they probably don't have half of it just nowhere. I'm gonna ask. I'm supposed to be talking to Rod Gray, so I'm gonna ask him about it next week. So
Okay.
I have a question about it because I'm like, how are we supposed to know who did what?
Yeah.
Just take people.
Take people's word for it.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just, I guess, come up with whoever they think. But the people that cook, they know.
Mm-hmm.
But people outside, they don't
Mm-hmm.
know, which is sad. I got a question. If you had to construct an all-star team, you and three other people, and you had to choose what meat each of y'all cooking, and you could choose anybody dead or alive, who would be cooking with you and what meats are y'all cooking?
So Sterling Ball, I'll let him cook pork. Sylvie cooking brisket. And let me see. Probably Darren cooking ribs. He's a good friend of
Okay.
mine.
Okay.
So
All right. That's a good solid
yeah.
team. All right. And I got two quick games and I get you
Yes,
out of
sir.
here. All right. You know how they got the college basketball, they got the tournament brackets. I created a tournament bracket of 16 meats that you cook on the grill, and you just let me know which one that you prefer to eat. We'll see which one the
Okay.
winner. All right. Matchup one is pork belly versus turkey.
I'm gonna say turkey.
All right. Next matchup is lamb versus pork ribs.
Pork ribs.
All right. Next matchup is smoked ham versus
Sausage.
sausage. All right. Next matchup is hamburger versus steak.
Steak. That's all right.
Okay. Next matchup, burnt ends versus beef ribs.
Burnt ends.
All right. Pork chop versus smoked bologna.
Pork chop all.
Yeah, that's my
I grew
favorite.
up with bologna, so I don't want no part of that.
That's it. I tell people, a lot of people pick bologna, but I don't know how everybody else grew up. But being a black man, we weren't that rich. We ate that
Brad Bologna.
bologna with the red ring around
You
it.
might got a piece of cheese
So,
to go with it. Might.
the cheese that don't
Yeah.
melt under the heat.
Government cheese.
Exactly. All right. You got hot dog versus barbecue shrimp.
Shrimp.
All right. And brisket versus smoked chicken.
Probably chicken, because I'm probably gonna eat that more than brisket.
All right. Next round, turkey versus pork ribs.
Turkey.
All right. And sausage versus
Steak.
steak. All right. Burnt ends versus pork chop.
Pork chop.
All right. And shrimp versus chicken.
Chicken.
All right. Final four, turkey versus steak.
Steak.
All right. And pork chop versus chicken.
Ooh. Now you got me. Pork chop.
All right. And final round is steak versus pork chop. And the winner?
That's a split decision. Let's say pork chop.
All right. That's the first win for pork chop ever. All right. Got another quick bracket. Top 16 athletes, greatest athletes of all time. It might be, it depends on who you figure it is, but there's only one right answer. But round one, Michael Phelps versus Simone Biles.
Simone Biles.
All right. Ali versus Lionel Messi, soccer player.
Ali.
All right. Tom Brady versus Roger Federer.
Tom Brady.
All right. Barry Bonds versus LeBron James.
LeBron.
Yeah. All right. Usain Bolt, Tiger Woods.
Tiger.
All right. Kobe Bryant, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Kobe.
All right. Wayne Gretzky, Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Gretzky.
All right. And Michael Jordan versus Serena Williams.
That ain't right. I'm from Chicago. Ooh, Jordan.
All right. Next round, Biles versus Ali.
Ali.
All right. Brady versus LeBron.
Brady.
All right. Tiger versus Kobe. A lot of California up in this list.
I'm from Chicago, though. Tiger.
Okay. And Gretzky versus Jordan.
Jordan.
All right. And Ali versus Brady.
Ali.
All right. And Tiger versus Jordan.
Michael.
All right. Ali versus Jordan in the finals.
Jordan.
I'm about to say it's taking you. There's only one correct answer. I'm about to say it taking you a long time.
It's hard.
All right. Yeah, with Jordan.
Yeah, I know. One-on-one.
Exactly. And back then, I was a big Utah fan. I was hurt.
Oh, you were? I was high back in the day.
I used to love Stockton and Malone, and
We killed.
it never worked out.
Maybe the next season.
All right, your therapy session is over. If you got any websites or anybody that you want to shout out, you can do that now.
Hey, check us out at simplymarvelbbq.com. Check out snakeriverfarms.com. Big Papa Smokers. They doing things.
Yes, definitely. And definitely, I appreciate you coming on and sharing your story, and hopefully it'll motivate people and inspire people. And I just appreciate you giving your time to me and seeing in my vision and just coming on and period. So I definitely appreciate that. And are you going to be in American Royal?
No, not this year.
Okay. Because I was flying out there to meet a lot of people. So
I know.
walk around there.
Actually, Luke told me to come cook the side categories for him. I was thinking about that. Then I got so much going on though, family wise. I don't think I got time. But yeah, you never know. I might head out there.
Okay. All right. So hopefully I'll run into you somewhere along the way. But it definitely nice meeting you, and especially all that you've done. You've been a pioneer in this thing because I've been hearing spicy apple so
Yeah.
long, and then I finally got to see who make the spicy apple and all that, and it's just an honor to meet you and those that are legends in this thing, because you are a legend, because your product has been out there for a
I
long
appreciate
time.
it.
And yeah, definitely. Like I said, I mean, I probably definitely try to get you back on in the future and stuff like that, and for different little things just to talk and just to keep up with you if that's
I would love
cool and
to.
stuff. But
Yeah.
all
And
right. Yeah. All right. Definitely appreciate you. And we'll see everybody next episode. We just wrapped up another session of barbecue therapy. Remember, stay patient, stay passionate, and keep that fire burning. Hit subscribe, share the good smoke, and pay the secretary on your way out. Have a blessed day.